Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos a English Listening, yo soy Javi. Hoy Mike se desplaza a una muestra de arte y va a hablar con algunos artistas. Adelante, Mike.
Welcome to English Listening. Today we're going to be looking at a art show. So let's see if we can actually get some of these people to talk to me. What's your name again?
Samantha Myers of Forlorn Dolls.
And what are you doing in this gallery today?
Today is the Skull and Skeleton show in folk art, and this is the artist reception, and I am one of the artists in the show.
Perfect. So how long have you been an artist?
All my life, you could say.
How long have you been doing what you're doing now, this type of art?
4 years.
So Samantha, what exactly is this?
These are apothecary bottle dolls.
Okay.
And the collection is called the ABCs of Potions, Poisons, and Elixirs. And basically, it's the alphabet of different poisons.
The alphabet of different poisons,
yes,
okay.
As you can see, each one going down the alphabet has ABC down through XYZ.
I see.
And on the other side of each tag has the name of what poison, potion, or elixir each one of them represents.
I see. How is the artisan community in your area? How would you characterize it?
It's very supportive. It's very nurturing. I'd say it's one of the best communities I've been a part of. They are just very wholesome, good-natured, caring people. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced.
I'm Sean Crone. I've been an artist for about 40 years.
40 years? So you probably know the community very well around here.
Yes, I do.
How would you characterize the art community?
I would say that it's thriving. Once it was thriving very well, and then, you know, when the bust came in the first decade of this century, things kind of took a dive a bit, but now there's a resurgence.
A resurgence?
Yes.
And
things are selling, things are happening, things are being created, shows are happening. My style has been ever-changing. I was real kind of surreal for a long, long time, and I was a major in printmaking when I went to college. I went to college at the Cleveland Institute of Art in Case Western Reserve.
Oh, wow.
And I loved printmaking. And when I got out, you know, it was just like, well, okay, so let's start with painting and drawing and things like that, because guess what? I can't afford a printing press, which is a lot of money. So that's what I did. I did that for a while. And then when I was teaching in school, because I was an art teacher in a high school, I wrote a grant for a printing press. And I started a printing program at the school that I taught. And at that time, you know, things started developing pretty well. Okay, I remember now how to do this. And I think I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to invest some money. I'm going to buy a printing press. And I did. And that was back in the early 90s. And I've been printing ever since then. So I'm essentially a printer, but I do drawings in pencil and pen and ink as well. Okay. I also do watercolor. I've been through the oil painting, the acrylic route. Not really for me. I like detail. And if you look at my work, you can see what I'm talking about. These little tiny details, lines. I'm a linear artist.
Let me ask you, you're a teacher, right? So what do you think of the young artists? Are the young kids finding more connection with art than they used to? Is it about the same? How would you describe the interest that kids are having in art these days?
That's a tough question, because I think that's a question that would require God to answer, because only He can see how everybody is thinking. All I can say to that is who I have had direct contact with. And it had always been, in my educational experience, a constant fight with parents who didn't want their kids to go into the arts because they worried about them starving. And I tried to get across to them that, you know something, this idea of the starving artist is kind of an anachronism. It doesn't mean that doesn't happen today. If you're going to be a fine artist and go out there and do gallery shows and things like that, yeah, okay, you're going to eat some pork and beans. You know, you're going to eat some soup for a while. But the art is so much more varied than it used to be. When I went to school, you had some choices, but they were limited choices in comparison to today. You know, with the computer, digital technology. the world is the limit as to what you can do. I mean, look at movies today. My God, the things that they're doing, the CGI.
Oh, yeah.
I just like, it's unbelievable, you know? So I can't really answer that question other than to state that there are many more opportunities for people to get into, and there's this kind of, myth that, if you're going to go into the arts, you're not going to make any money, and that's just not true. It depends on what you want to do, and of course it's all bound by your own personal ambition.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't do anything, the world's not going to come to you. You've got to go out and do it yourself.
Vídeo, Mike. Muy bien. Pues vamos allá con las preguntas. Venga, primera, ¿cómo denomina Samantha a la muestra de arte? Segunda, a ver si consigues recordar algunos de los nombres que usa ella para describir a la comunidad local de artistas. Tercera pregunta, vamos con Sin. ¿En qué invirtió su dinero durante los años 90? Y última pregunta, ¿por qué Sin tiene problemas con algunos padres de sus alumnos? Bien, pues las respuestas a estas preguntas están disponibles en la descripción del vídeo y justo debajo de la cual tienes el espacio de comentarios por si quieres explicarnos alguna cosa relacionada con el vídeo o nos quieres dar alguna sugerencia para futuros episodios, lo que se te ocurra. Si te ha gustado el vídeo, marca por favor el dedo hacia arriba y suscríbete a nuestro canal si quieres recibir las novedades de las próximas semanas. Para finalizar, te recuerdo que los vídeos y otros materiales están disponibles en mikeandjavi.com. Gracias, hasta la próxima.